When you're creating a picture, do you sometimes have difficulty trying to decide which art materials to use? I mean, there are so many of them. Pens, pencils, crayons, wax crayons, chalks, pastels, coloured paper, white paper. And yet, they're all good for different things. Well, here's a bit of fun. Why not use all of them? A sort of mixed materials picture. OK, what about the good old pencil? Now, the great thing about pencils is you can just sketch very quickly with them and put in rough shapes of your picture. And then when you've actually finished your picture, if you're not too happy with the shapes, you can alter them. You can even rub the pencil out at the end. And what about the good old paint? Well, the obvious thing that's good about paint is that you can cover big areas with colour very quickly. And I'm just using ordinary watercolour paint. Of course, the disadvantage to paint is you've got to wait for it to dry. That should be OK. It's quite hot in here anyway. That's it. OK, what about marker pens? Well, again, the obvious advantage to marker pens is that you can cover big areas very quickly. And if you use permanent markers, they go over absolutely anything. And as well as covering big areas, you can also do fine detail. See if you can guess what I'm doing. Yeah, you've got it. And what about these things? Water-soluble pencils. Well, the great thing about water-soluble pencils is you can just use them as normal pencils. And it's just a case of drawing with them normally. Or you can brush on some water and get a really watery, well, watercolour effect, actually. Water turns them to watercolour. And it's great for atmospheric pictures like this, or watery effects. And what about one of my favourites? Chalk. Great for just adding highlights to things, just down the edge of things where the light is shining. Just picking out those highlights there. Another thing chalk's great for, of course, is smudging. And finally, let's not forget the good old ballpoint pen. Great for doing fine detail. And there it is. Try it yourself, a mixed materials picture.